Hey guys, X2 here, and welcome to some Call of Duty Vanguard Champion Hill Alpha gameplay. Quite the title, but I've been playing it for a couple hours since it got released at like noon. It's like 4:16 at the time of this recording. I've been giving it a lot of time, and so far the big things that I've noticed, and this is just my first impressions, and quickly let me tell you about the good stuff. The good stuff is it's using Modern Warfare 2019's engine, so it feels good, it feels smooth, feels great. Secondly, the gunplay. Now, the gunplay feels like Modern Warfare's gunplay, but I feel like it has some Cold War elements to it. The guns don't feel, they don't pack as lot as English. They don't pack a lot of punch as they do in Modern Warfare, but they still feel like Modern Warfare's gunplay, which it's good for me. I enjoy it. I love it. That's so far. That's kind of only the good things that I'm enjoying about the alpha so far. Granted, I am playing on a base PlayStation 4. I'm not playing on a PS4 Pro or the Slim, and I'm not playing on a PS5 because I can't get one. And I know there's a lot of other people who are probably playing on a PS4, the standard one that I'm playing on. And I haven't experienced any glitches or crashes yet. There are some graphical anomalies sometimes. I couldn't get them on camera because when they were happening on screen and when I was looking on the recording, they weren't showing up. So again, that could be on my side and my personal platform. But I'm just going to mention that sometimes the game will flicker to like green. Like it'll sometimes look like it's flickering to a green screen. Other times the map won't load in. Like sometimes map elements won't load in. There's a specific map, I don't know the name of it, but it's the one where there's like just walls. It's literally just walls that you can destroy. And sometimes when you spawn in, you can watch them just disappear, and then when you ADS, they reappear, and then when you un-ADS, they're there now. I don't know what's going on there. It could just be because I'm on an older console and not the newer ones. So that's some graphical anomalies. Another bad thing is I'm pretty sure it's the servers, but right now it is super laggy. Like every time you get in a gunfight, you're gonna lag when you're in a gunfight. At least for me and my buddy. And my buddy's playing on a PS5, so usually most gunfights there will be lag, and you will more than likely die. Another thing evolving around the gunplay is sometimes it feels like your shots just do not do any damage, do not register, and just don't hit. And then you die in like 2 bullets. Other times, again, it's just me. I guess it's just me, but sometimes I feel like I have to hit someone more than the times they're hitting me. I will sometimes notice that they'll shoot me twice. I will die instantly. I have to hit them more than twice, and more than likely they don't hit me. They don't, like, kill the man. Another thing is there's a huge desync issue. Again, these are problems that I'm experiencing with the Champion Alpha, and again, it is an alpha. We're probably playing an older build of the game because, again, Activision could be lying. They said this game was on track. They said this game was way ahead of schedule. And if this is what we just experienced, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed because the hit registration and the desync is horrendous. I die around corners a lot. Some of my shots just don't register. I actually experienced a glitch earlier. If I can try and get it on stream. I don't know if it recorded because my luck with OBS is just astronomically bad. If it didn't capture it, and it's kind of hard to show proof, but there's a point where I got behind the enemy. I killed his teammate, and his other guy was laying down. I hit him a couple times. I needed to hit him one more time, and I was pulling down on the stick. Now, mind you, my entire the right stick is aiming. I was pulling all the way down on the stick, and nothing was happening. My character just kept shooting straight, and then he turned around and killed me. So I don't know if that's like a hardware issue. The stick is perfectly fine. The stick moves perfectly fine. So. And it was working earlier, so I don't know if that was just a weird glitch that I experienced with the game. I don't know. It was a little weird to me, but I guess some other people are stressing that they actually already ran into hackers, which is strange because this is a console-only type of thing. You can cheat on console. Let me just put that out there for people who say you can't. You can cheat on console, but it's very, very hard to cheat on a console. It's extremely hard to. But I guess a buddy of mine, the one I was playing with in these videos, looked up on Twitter and Reddit because it's trending on Twitter, and there's already hackers in the game somehow. So I guess they're using spoofs or some shit. But yeah, my major complaints right now with the alpha is it's extremely laggy. The hit registration, there's a huge problem, and the desync, there's a huge problem with it. Other than that, other than those, I think I am enjoying the game. Again, for me personally, it's just like with the 2v2 gunfight alpha we got with Modern Warfare. It's not something I'm going to play religiously. Core is my main modes I play. Core and zombies is my main thing, so I'm really looking forward to playing the beta next week, and I'm really looking forward to playing zombies when the game's released in 2 months. So I'm really happy with that. And the beta right now, PlayStation access starts the first week. You can only play it on PlayStation. I think it's the 3rd to the 5th, and then it's Xbox and PC later. Oh, sorry, I just remembered a couple more things as I was editing the video. So there's 2 more things so far, and I'll keep this video. I won't add any more. So basically, the first thing is enemy nameplates are literally wall hacks. If you're near an enemy player, the nameplate will appear even if you're through a wall. So you'll more than likely get pre-fired a lot, and I really think they need to change that because it's ridiculous. There's a lot of times where I will see someone and I can just shoot them straight through the wall because I can, and the game allows me to because of the nameplates. They last a long time, and they appear pretty much the moment you get near. It feels like an area of effect. It feels like a radius of like a spotting mechanic in the game. It kind of feels like a Battlefield spotting mechanic, which it really isn't, but it feels like it, to where if you're near an enemy in a certain radius, they're both your nameplate and his nameplate will appear, and you can literally track him through a wall. That's actually how bad it is, and I really do think they either need to get rid of nameplates in this mode entirely, or change something about nameplates, because they shouldn't appear through a wall. I die so many times through walls, and I think someone's wall hacking, but when I look at the kill cam, my nameplate is literally showing to them through the wall, and they can just kill me instantly. Along with that goes with, since there's instructable environment, you can literally shoot through any surface, and it's kind of annoying, if I'm honest. Another thing that I just thought of right now is I really don't think the upgrade system should be in the game. I know it's a part of the mode. I just don't think it should be a part of the mode because it just kind of doesn't involve skill. Like, I don't think this mode involves skill. I think, and obviously you can upgrade your gun like mid-gunfight if you really wanted to, but you're going to lose the gunfight. But any point in time you can upgrade your gun as long as you have the money to do so. But I think they just need to change it like gunfight to where you both spawn in with certain attachments on that gun. Along with that, when you upgrade your gun to a certain point, you get these weird like FMJ rounds that are also explosive, that are also flammable. So they're FMJ incendiary frag rounds, and I think they need to get rid of those too. Like, I'm not the person to say get rid of this thing in a game, but the moment it becomes a problem and like becomes a little bit broken, I think they need to remove it because it's really broken. Because all you really have to do is just spray in the general direction, and you will kill someone. Even if you're behind cover, it will still kill you because it has the frag rounds attached to it. So Sledgehammer, I really do think you need to remove the whatever the hell it is that gives you extra bullet penetration on top of explosive rounds and on top of incendiary rounds. I think you need to take it out because it doesn't involve skill. Because if you're in a gunfight and you jump around a corner because you're low health, they can still shoot the wall in front of you and still kill you. It's happened to me a lot. Along with that, I just remembered there is a kill streak called Franken Gun, or It's like a death machine, but it has explosive rounds. Me and Noel, that was the guy I've been playing with throughout this entire gameplay session, is we went up to a squad who lost 0 lives because he had the Franken gun. Now, it doesn't sound bad, but it's persistent. So as long as you keep ammo on it, you won't lose it. So throughout the entire 30-minute playthrough of this game, they didn't lose a single life until they fought up against us. And I'm not trying to sound like we're, better than everyone in the lobby. But I really do think it needs to remove because it doesn't require skill to use. It's a death machine, so that means it's a big-ass LMG that shoots explosive rounds. I think Sledgehammer Games needs to reconsider adding that to the game because it's actually broken. I'm not even joking. But yeah, I forgot to add those. There are little nitpicks for me personally. These don't count these towards hating the game or anything or actual problems with the game. I noticed the caliber. When you switch weapons in the game, it tells you what caliber that said weapon is. So for instance, the MP40 it says it's 9mm Makarov, which is not true. The MP40 is 9mm Parabellum. I guess you could technically look at it and say they're the same caliber. They literally are. It's just the names. It's weird to look at an MP40 and see that it's chambered, quote unquote, in 9mm Makarov, which it wasn't. It was chambered in 9mm Parabellum, which every 9mm is 9mm Parabellum, or you could call it 9mm Luger. You could call it that. Another thing is it says the BAR is a 7.62 NATO, which NATO didn't exist back in the 40s. So, yeah. And if you don't know what 7.62 NATO is, it's 7.62 NATO is 308. Which the BAR isn't 308, it's 30-06, so it's the same caliber as the M1 Garand. It's a 30 caliber. And it's funny that I mentioned that because the Kar98, the MG42, and the STG44 all say 7.92 Mauser, which is correct. Or you could call it 8mm Mauser, which is 7.92 by 57mm. So they got that right. The Thompson, they say it's chambered in 5.7 by 28mm, which is completely wrong. 5.7 wasn't invented until way, way, way later. That's 45 cal, which is funny because when you look on the gun model, it literally says 45 ACP on the side of the receiver. That's also funny because the 1911 has the correct chamber. It says it's chambered in 45 ACP. Now, moving on to the DP27. Now, I don't know what the caliber for the DP27 is, so I could be wrong. It says it's 7.62 by 54R, which is the Mosin round, which is, I don't know if that's the correct caliber for the DP28. I don't know that much for the DP27 at least. Now, onto that caliber. If you guys don't know, the Mosin Nagant shoots 7.62 by 54R. Now, right now in the alpha, it states that it's 12.7 by 108 millimeter, which is 100% not correct because they're saying that tiny little rifle is shooting anti-tank material shells. So that's wrong. Onto that, the Mosin does shoot the 54R, 7.62 by 54R. The Mauser C96 pistol, which is the full auto pistol, says it's chambered in 50 cal, which any person who doesn't know anything about guns or calibers or cartridges knows that a 50 cal round is almost bigger than the pistol itself, so that's just not even true. It's actually chambered in, I believe it's either 9mm or I think the C96 Mauser is a 9mm, or it could be chambered in 30. There's different calibers for the C96, but you definitely can't have it chambered in 50 cal BMG. That's just not how that works. Plus, considering you guys can look at the model, it literally can't even hold a 50 cal round. It just can't. The 50 cal round is almost bigger than the pistol itself. But right now, that's all the weapons. So if you guys want to know the weapons, it goes the Thompson, which if I'm not mistaken, it's called the M1928, but it's modeled off after the M1A1 Thompson. So they have the model wrong, if I'm not mistaken. 1911, they have the Mosin Nagant, which is called the 3-line rifle. I don't know why they just don't call it the real name. Also, the scope is wrong on the Mosin Nagant. Sorry, just gonna nitpick. I did say these were my nitpicks. The STG, the MP40, the C96 Mauser, I think I already said 1911. They have the DP27, the MG42. They have I think they have a semi-auto shotgun, and they have a rotary shotgun. Also, I've noticed that the revolver's in the game because I actually ranked up and it told me I unlocked the revolver. So we might see that in the beta. Another thing I hope we see in the beta is the M1 Grand. If we don't get to use the M1 Grand in the beta, I'm going to be depressed. Let's be honest. You got to have the M1 Grand. But I think so far that is all the weapons in the beta. So, yeah. One last thing that I have to... two last things, actually. One's a nitpick and one's an actual glitch. Now, this is for Sledgehammer Games themselves. When you use the BAR, when you select fire the BAR, when you select fire it to single, it glitches out and the entire weapon's out in front of your face. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. So, Sledgehammer Games, I have a little clip of it. I'll try and find it and put it right here. That when you hit the fire select, your gun kind of glitches in front of you and you just see it, like it freaks out, basically. So that's that, basically, yeah. Lastly, again, this is a nitpick. I know I'm going to get flamed out in the comments just for all my nitpicks. But I've noticed that, and I don't want to go out and say that they didn't bother, doing sound design for the guns. But the animations for the guns are dope. They're cool. They remind me of Modern Warfare, but there's not that much. Anyways, the guns remind me of Modern Warfare, but the weapon manipulation sounds don't sound. Basically, they ported the Call of Duty World War II weapon sounds into this game. So when you're reloading, the sounds are exactly the same as they are in Call of Duty World War II. A main culprit of this, and the one you can mainly tell, is when you shoot the Kar 98 or the Mosin Nagant and you pull the bolt back. That's the same noise they have from Call of Duty World War II. Some people may not care about that, but me personally, I would hope they would actually, redo the entire sound design for all the guns. I just don't like how they literally, it feels like I don't like how they just ported over Call of Duty World War II's weapon sounds. I'm not talking about when they shoot, I'm talking about when they reload. It just doesn't match the reload animations. One thing I will say that's another nitpick that I really enjoyed is when you shoot one round, and I'm talking about the bolts. For the Kar 98 and Mosin Nagant, when you shoot one round and then when you reload, they use a stripper clip. They push in only one round and they take the stripper clip out, and then they rechamber the round. So I like that because in Modern Warfare with the Kar 98, when you shoot one round and you go to reload, they still push 3 rounds from the stripper clip into the internal magazine for the gun. So that's a really nice touch that I love that they did, that they didn't really need to fix, but they did it. Another thing is you guys know in Call of Duty World War II is when you shoot your bolt-action rifle, the scope is over the receiver, like it should be, but when you reload in Call of Duty World War II, your character just puts the stripper clip right through the scope into the internal magazine, which you can't do that, and they fixed that with this game. You can't do that in this game, and that's something I really enjoyed. Along with that, I know I was just complaining about the sounds for the guns. The sound design in general in the game sounds really cool, but sometimes the sound will just glitch out, and just I can't hear anything. I think you might be able to hear me complaining about that in one of the videos. But I do end up complaining that my sound just disappears and I can't hear anything. Sometimes it glitches out and it's unsynced. Like the last game I just played, I had that problem to where I was shooting, and my gun was like, you'd shoot it, the shell casings would come out of the bolt, and then the sound would play. I don't know if that's on my side. I don't know if that's the game's side. But yeah, that has been my my alpha impressions with Call of Duty Vanguard. I almost called it World War II Vanguard. And with all that being said, so far I enjoy it, but again, my main multiplayer is core, and then zombies is also my main. So I'm just really looking forward to playing the beta. Another thing is I made a Call of Duty dedicated channel. It's called Obsessed with Modern Warfare. It'll be the first link down in the description. And this is going to be the last video that I post of the alpha. All the rest of my gameplay is going to go up on Obsessed with Modern Warfare. And as you can tell, I named it because I'm obsessed with Modern Warfare, and that's the majority of the content that's going to be on that channel is just Modern Warfare content. It might dumb down when this game comes out because I do enjoy this game, because I told myself that if this game doesn't if this game doesn't use Modern Warfare's engine and doesn't have Modern Warfare's gunplay, I'm probably not going to enjoy it. That's why I don't like Cold War. I just don't think Cold War is a good game. I stress that enough, but thank you guys so much for listening to me bitch and moan about the game. I do thoroughly enjoy it. If you guys haven't, if you guys are deciding to play the game, try out the alpha. You might like it. It's a little bit faster paced than Modern Warfare was, so if that was your main complaint. I know also a lot of people were complaining about the mounting feature and the blind fire feature. Don't worry about that. You're still going to kill people if they are mounting and stuff. But without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoy the alpha or not. I sure as hell do, but again, it's not my cup of tea. I don't like these gunfight 3v3 type of things. My main is like core modes like TDM, domination, and so and so. I'm going to shut up. Yeah, without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Make sure you click the link down in the description to check out Obsessed with Modern Warfare. Give me a sub down there, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios, guys.